And we are live. My booze, my loves, my friends, and my family. I am still here at the Warren Seekers of the Supernatural Phantasmicon, and I am getting ready to go in to see all of the haunted objects. I can tell you right now that the feel is you can feel it. You can tell it's very heavy. Like the whole atmosphere when you walk in to the area where the haunted objects are, the whole field just changes. It's insane. It's heavy. It's almost oppressive. They've even got a bowl of holy water with instructions on what to do when you walk out if you feel the need to. So I'm going to go ahead right now. I am going to flip the camera angle and we are going to walk through and look at all of these objects that they brought in here today. I'm going to turn my notifications on silent so there is no interference. And let's go. Hey, Sam, how are you, beautiful? Okay, I'm flipping my camera, you guys. So just bear with me. So they've actually got photo ops here, and you guys check this out. Hey, Dylan, how are you? So you've got the selfie sister. My camera actually won't. I have an issue with my camera on this, but yeah. So let's walk in. As you walk in, there's another photo op. But look, so first up, you've got the New England witch doll. This doll is made in the victim's image and is used to curse them. The crossbeam is made from a familiar object used by the victim, such as a piece of their hair, their chair. A chunk of pork is attached to the doll, and as the pork rots, the victim's body also deteriorates. It would be hung outside the victim's bedroom window or in a bush or a tree. So then, right now, we're looking at the Warrens. These models showcase authentic clothing worn by Ed and Lorraine alongside investigative equipment used in some of their most famous cases. The Amityville keychain. This is part of the actual keychain handed to Ed Warren by George Lee Lutz for the Amityville Horror House investigation. The Devil's Sword. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, like I feel sick to my stomach right now. The Devil's Sword was purchased on the black market by a collector who immediately began to experience demonic activity. The man suffered serious demonic oppression until he sought the assistance of NESPR, which is the New England Society of Paranormal Research, and turned the sword over to the Warren Occult Museum in 2021. The Fire Doll. The Fire Doll. After acquiring the doll, a young couple's house burned to the ground. Fearing it was the doll, the couple requested Ed Warren take possession of it. Now the doll resides in the Warren Occult Museum for safekeeping. I'll be honest, standing here, I've got cold chills. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but like absolute cold chills next to this doll. We are just going to bounce around, you guys, to different pieces. We got Wade over here actually right now too, talking. Okay, this is a satanic ritual skull. Authentic human skull used by satanic cults to practice black magic and Satanism. Satanists seek out animals and humans, God's creations, to sacrifice their souls to the devil for personal gain and power. And you guys, like, I actually have a ticket tonight to be doing the investigation with the haunted objects. Baboon head. This artifact was used in black witchcraft rituals before being secured by Ed Warren. Hey, I feel sick to my stomach. What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I feel very nauseous. I feel like I keep getting hot and cold chills.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm definitely.
It's a weird nausea.
Yeah.
It's like up.
Yeah.
My diaphragm.
Yeah. It's not like you're sick. It's
yeah. It's just like
it's almost hard to breathe at the same time. Like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like it feels like a compression on your chest. All right, guys. Right here, we've got the shadow doll. This doll, which was used to curse a person, was crafted from a number of items, including animal bones, feathers, and a human tooth, and used to curse someone. It worked like this. A photo of the doll would be taken with the victim's name written on the back. A spell would be cast over the photo, which would then be sealed in an envelope and sent to the victim. When the victim opened the envelope and looked at the photo, the curse was placed. The shadow doll would come to the victim in their dream and stop their heart. Okay. I've got a really sharp burning pain in my shoulder right now. Hold on, you guys. All right. So over here, we've got the pearls of death. Pearls of death. This set of pearls were given to a woman, and when she placed the pearls on her neck, she claimed to feel as though she was being strangled to death. People around her had to yank the pearls off of the woman to save her. Necromancy, a fictional work adapted from the ancient grimoires. Through fictional, it includes incantations and rituals that are considered objectionable to biblical teachings. The evil board. These boards, created using graveyard clay and bones, are used in rituals similar to voodoo. They are intended to harm unsuspecting victims. Photo of victims with pins stuck into them. This is remnants of Flight 401, December 29th, 1972, 11:42:09 p.m. Found in the Florida Everglades and presented to Ed and Lorraine Warren. It says Flight 401, pieces of Flight 401 that crashed in the Florida Everglades. The ghost of perished flight navigator Don Repo was seen on planes where salvaged parts from Flight 401 was used. The rest of this says, to Mr. and Mrs. Warren, who have kept me in. I'll be honest, I can't read some of this, you guys. All right, let's go to the next. Toy dinosaur. This simple child's toy was assembled by David Glatzel, who was possessed by demons as a young boy. Witnesses saw the toy moving across the family's Brookfield, Connecticut home's floor, where a voice was heard saying, "You are all going to die." The demon moved from David to Arn Johnson after he challenged the demon. The Warrens believe that Arn was under demonic possession when he stabbed and killed his landlord. This famous case was later made into the movie The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Now, and if you guys look at pictures I posted earlier, I got the chance to meet Arn and have my picture taken with him. Child's coffin. This tiny coffin was used to display the bodies of young children at funerals in the mid to late 1800s. Nicer looking coffins like this were used multiple times for viewings at funerals. After the funeral, the body would be removed and moved to a less expensive plain pine box for burial. The Conjuring Mirror. This mirror was used as a psychomentum in an attempt to reach out to dead loved ones. For weeks, a man from New Jersey sat gazing into this mirror in a dark room with only a dimly lit red light. Eventually, sinister monstrosities appeared in the glass, driving the man to near insanity. The man contacted Ed Warren and asked him to take it away. The Satanic Doll. Located in the woods of Sandy Hook, Connecticut by a hunter, this handmade statue was used by a high-ranking Satanist priest to perform rituals. Shortly after Ed took possession of the idol, Lorraine was stricken with a strange illness which left her hospitalized for days. Ed claimed this was a warning from the satanic priest, and I'll be honest, I have a headache right now. Let's jump over to the Lady in White. Lady in White has been seen numerous times over the years in Union Cemetery and the surrounding area of Route 59 in Easton, Connecticut. Described as a ghostly figure in her 20s or 30s and dressed in a long white gown, Ed Warren famously captured video of the Lady in White as she floated between and behind the gravestones of Union Cemetery late one night. The Shrunken Head. Shrunken heads, or I can't pronounce that, were made by Shuar and Ashuar people who lived in the rainforests of Ecuador and Peru. They are created by pulling back the skin and hair of the human male enemy, discarding the bones, brain, and other matter. African fertility dolls. These dolls represent fertility and good luck, even used by young girls as a way to prepare for motherhood. The legend of Ashanti doll claims that the bearer of Akuaba fertility doll will give birth to a beautiful child that is 24 inches long. Hannah Cranach, the Wicked Witch of Monroe, said to have extraordinary powers of witchcraft, feared by locals, and rumored to be responsible for her husband's tragic death. And we've got more holy water. The Vampire Coffin. Vampire Coffin. A young man fashioned himself as a vampire and would sleep in the coffin by day and leave it at night. Roaming the streets looking for his next victim, he was what is called a human vampire. skull with horns. The skull was used in various black magic rituals. Tulpa mask. People wore those common Halloween masks in an attempt to recreate the represented character for sinister purposes. Okay, guys, I'm getting ready to show you what you all have been waiting for. Who's ready for Annabelle?
Did that corner smell like death cube?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. All right.
Annabelle. All right, I'll read this to you. Annabelle, the Raggedy Ann doll, was believed to be possessed by a young girl named Annabelle. After the owner experienced more sinister and dangerous activity, Ed Warren determined that the doll was possessed by the demonic. The doll was soon turned over to the Warrens for safekeeping and placed in the Warrens Occult Museum. Annabelle is responsible for scratching one of its victims with 7 psychic scratches and several motor vehicle accidents, including the death of a motorcyclist who taunted Annabelle shortly before the death. And if you notice, there's actually a pair of the gloves that Wade has made for Dan when he's transporting Annabelle. And then next to it, you've got Annabelle's chair. This is the original chair that Annabelle sat on in the Warrens Occult Museum. Lorraine later made a more secure case as a gift for Ed while he was away investigating a case in England. The movie Annabelle. This doll is an actual movie prop used in the movie Annabelle Comes Home. It was gifted to the Warrens Occult Museum in the fall of 2019 by Warner Brothers Pictures.
So once the movie came out, Mattel said, "Oh my God, we lost a big bonus here." So that's why the movie Annabelle doll does not look like the Raggedy Ann doll when it was the first and original image. That is the one and only Annabelle doll, and it's never escaped. It's never been stolen. And actually, if you want to go even deeper, they call it Annabelle because there was an Annabelle Higgins who lived 4 blocks from the 2 nurses it was given to. And a psychic came in and said, "Oh, well, this is Annabelle Higgins, who's now living in your doll." And they said, "Oh, well, let's have her at the dinner table. And let's put her on the bed while we go to work. And then come home and the arms will be different." So they started to think that the real spirit of Annabelle lived in it, and acknowledging it and giving it rewards and chairs, and that's how it encroached onto that situation with the nurses. Does that make sense? They always work in stages, they always work slowly, they always work behind the scenes.
And then one more for you guys. We got the voodoo doll. Voodoo doll from Africa, a doll made to resemble its victim. Pins would be stuck in the doll to paralyze the victim. Usually their hair clippings and toenail clippings of the victim are also incorporated within the doll. So you guys, these are the amazing haunted objects that have been brought from the Warrens Occult Museum to share with the public here today. I get the honor of being a part of the investigation tonight with the haunted objects. So, yeah, this is going to be amazing. If I'm able to go live tonight, I will definitely be going live and bringing you guys along for the investigation with these haunted objects. I do not know how close and personal we will get to go, Sorry, my back keeps burning. Like, it's weird. Um, yeah, I'm more than happy to share this stuff with you guys. I want to make sure that I can bring it to you as good as I can. This is uncomfortable. So I'm gonna jump off here. I will definitely be going live some more throughout the. What time is it? It's 5:37. This ends at 8. The investigation is like at 11:45 or 11:30 tonight. So I will be going live if I can then. I'll try to get a couple more lives in for you guys before then. If not, I will definitely be dropping more pictures on socials. You never know who's going to show up with me. I actually, just before I came in here, I got to meet Sherry from Ghost Hunters and have a really cool conversation with her. And we got to share how our stories are really similar and how we got to do what we're doing today. So that was really freaking cool. Probably one of my favorite conversations of the day, in all honesty. So I'm going to jump off here. I know I got to talk to Wade a little bit more, and that's who I was showing you talk earlier, just a few minutes ago. Um, there's a few things he wanted to discuss with me, so I'm going to talk to him. I have yet to eat. So every time I go to eat, like, it's just something pops up, and it's okay because it's fun. I'm having fun, and I'm pumped full of Ghost, and I'm drinking. Look, I got water. I swear I'm drinking my water. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. So, mwah, love you. Peace. And don't forget, be like Brie, baby.